Going on, everyone? My apologies for the technical difficulties. We are going to get rocking and rolling in a little bit, so please get your vibes checked, get your planes. If they're not already rolled and lit, please make sure that you are in the premium altitude to take liftoff because we are about to in just a little bit. So remember to like and subscribe. This is Unadulterated, your boy T Candy coming at you. So let's rock. I'm gonna be setting up just in a little bit, so bear with me, and we will be just getting in it shortly. Check out the description for any of the highlights that you guys may need of what we're going to be going over, and we will be getting into it in just a bit. I'm going to be coming at you just in a bit. Give me a bit. We are going to be rocking and rolling in just a little bit. It is a beautiful, terrific Tuesday. A blessing, nonetheless, to be alive through God's grace. And I gotta respect that ism on that one. Double tap your screen if you are feeling sublime, divine, and you're about to recline. Some underadulterated, some Ken, some Reebok classics, some Brodie League basketball talk. We're gonna get into all of it in a bit. Gotta just set the booth up. Set the booth up. What it's about. It's all about set and setting. Set and setting. I'm sure you have all heard me talk briefly about set and setting. And this year definitely is going to be all about that season of creating a set and a setting, quite literally, spiritually, metaphorically, all of this, that, and the others. I assure you, gotta will your own greatness into existence. Am I right? Am I right? If I'm not right, then I'm wrong. So I guess I'm not wrong, but I'm right. There you go. Can you dig it? And you dig it. Perfect. All right, let's get the lights going. Get those vibes. We're going a cappella again today. It just seems like we feel like we can get more connected with the acapella. It's always nice to have the background vibes, but typically I do that only when I'm cooking. So now that we have this, yeah, I'm liking that. We will add a little bit of this pointed upwards. And it's so bright. It's almost bright to the point of intention, so to speak. Yeah, let's do something kind of diffuse the light like that. Yeah, I think that works. Half and half. Yeah, I like that. All right, how's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone doing tonight? Let us rock and roll. Camera's going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, and we are in the motherfucking booth. What's going on? It's T Ken, your boy. As you can see, we're just setting up, getting ready to rock and roll. And I cracked my water bottle. Can you believe this? Just came from outside, turning up on my vibes, as you can see. Stay hydrated, stay motivated, stay percolating, stay decarboxylating. I ain't just making up some words, people. Open your knowledge college, open your thesaurus, do all that great funkadelic shit, and let's get busy. All right. So, don't even know what episode it is, but we're into a new month. We had a really good catch up month. catch up. Can you dig it? Catch up or catch up month, whatever you will, from January, just to get back into the social media swing of things. And I'm super proud of that. But looking perspective wise, back from last August, August was, I did half of what the output that I was able to do August in this month or last month, January. So that is good information and also perspective. Never bad, never bad. Always got to think and talk in the affirmative and never in the negatory. Because as soon as you start doing the negatory talk, the negatory walk, the negatory everything, you start turning into a motherfucking Decepticon, and you don't want that shit, right? You want to be some like Legend of Zelda, fucking Triforce wielding pimpet or pimp. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I literally had a sticky note that was with my little information. I stuck it right there to the wall. That's how you know I was going to be in here. But connection has been, needless to say, up and down. So it's all good. We are gonna just be out here, chill with you guys. You guys chill with us. All good in the hood. Yes, sir. Anyways, so I wrote it down because I've been spacing on a lot of thoughts, if you can believe. But we got terrific Tuesday. We're going to talk about our Tuesdays. And even I wasn't on live yesterday because I've been super busy over the last like weekend, and there's a couple of tragedies that happened with some people that I know. So I want to shout out those people and or their families. And we're gonna go after that into some Reebok classic stuff, some kicks of the week, because I was wearing a plethora of different kicks over the course of the weekend until now, or the last live. I was actually getting out of the house finally, getting my feet active, and that is what will lead us into the Brodie League Toronto. So possibly I may have some guests jumping and featuring in. I also put it so you guys can request, depending on if you guys know me and or want to be interviewed by me, someone like myself. That is super dope. We can get into that. But yeah, the Brodie League, I was able to go for one of the athletes there. His name is Tristan Dunn. He is a aspiring actor, but a phenomenal Toronto hooper and just overall great guy because he happened to also be named Tristan, ironically. But yeah, we're gonna go into some of the picks. I also took some picks there with the Canon, the DSLR, the big Thule, which I'm hoping that we can maybe even go back into a little bit of expansion on us upgrading this sucker into the potential mirrorless game, which is going to be a blessing in and of itself. And then, yeah, we got some overall ball talk and conversation. It's going to be like trade season right now, and just the deadline is coming up. So if there's any of the trade talks that you guys want to throw in the comments, please, by all means. Then, of course, we always got to appreciate our sober aspirations and affirmations. So this is key because we're getting into another month, and every single month on the 12th is hopefully, if I make it and I earn it, another day sober from alcohol and another month sober from alcohol. So shout yourself out if you're trying to beat an addiction that has been troubling you for fucking years and years and years. You'll get it. Don't worry about it. And we're going to get through it. So we're that. And then after, overall, it's just going to be me just chilling, just jokes. Freaking up, hopefully, maybe getting a couple one, two guests, as I mentioned. And if you guys already know, I'm repeat, recycle, repeat, and recycle, rewind, repeat, all that type of shit. But like, comment, share, and subscribe. All right, yo? So let's get into the first one. Let me put this down for a second because that comes later. All right. So terrific Tuesday. Let's even just start off with the Monday. So Monday was magnificent, to say the least. It wasn't just motivational. There's a lot of things, and I'm very grateful for the people that are in my life. I'm grateful for the people that I'm grateful for those who do not even want to be in my life. I'm grateful for them too, because they teach me things, they tell me things, and even though it might look like I disagree, it's okay to disagree, and it's okay to have separation through disagreement if that's what's truly needed, you know. And I'm very grateful. So outside of that, that was Monday. Today, I actually thought that I was working and went to work. Uh, through God's grace, I was able to like, you know, do some stuff at work. And after I was able to chat with my colleagues slash supervisor on the floor, and he's a super great guy. He's like super motivational. Like he's all about positivity, and like he's the type of person that motivates someone like myself. So we were able to have a really great chat. And yeah, he's been also motivating me more to like get into like the podcasting and overall like upgrading the production value of like what I've been doing up to this point. Because it's really easy to just, yeah, turn on a live, put in your whatever type of headphones like this, and just make it easy for yourself. But I'm really trying my best to continually upgrade both the tools that I have at hand and use them and learn how to use them more effectively, but also overall just education, man. Education is cultivation, if you want to say it like that, to be frank. And yeah, I had my class today, like halfway through the course. I think it ends in March or early March. So super excited about that. Um, water bottle again. Super excited about that. I am motivated by the like little homework sessions that they give and everything, and that's been also I don't want to say challenging, but it has been something that has been added to my overall workload, like day to day, night to night. But it's a lot of it's reflection. And I'm thankful that I'm also in a type of program or environment that the course is like super open to us, like both coming in and just storytelling and sharing, but also she has a really great way of allowing ourselves to be both articulate through thought and feeling. So it's been a healthy process, and yeah, just a overall good vibe. And today was, I feel, pretty light in terms of I think the day because we got through the majority of the overall curriculum for the program. But yeah, super motivated. And as I mentioned from before, when I was briefly at work, I was able to do some things. Also, last night, I was able to chef up some really dope stuff, a bacon jam out of nowhere. So like a double smoked bacon jam, like super super dope shit. And I'm gonna make a reel, so definitely look out for that because it's gonna kind of be as much as I keep on making all this cool stuff, and everyone's like, "Oh, yo, make it for me or something." I have to probably start getting into the habit of like making little tutorials, and it's the best way to probably do it through shorts. I think a lot of my viewership up to this point has been coming from the shorts and the reels, but a lot of them is primarily through food. So that's again great information. I love the feedback. As many of the different type of art forms that I have done over the course of the channel, which is primarily my life, just showcasing it in that way. But yeah, I'm super grateful for that. And it doesn't discredit any of the type of arts or type of mediums or media that I want to showcase. I think we're gonna just have to push the food for a little bit more. And I know you guys are excited about that just equally as I am. So yeah, that's kind of how my Tuesday's been. And then I want to have and aspire to have a wonderful Wednesday. So what I plan to do is I just plan to, get myself out there, stay positive, again, stay sober, really reflect on the last days, course of events and conversations, and some of them, of course, I might not have liked, but that's okay. I'm still learning and growing, and yeah, I'm just really, really happy about the like journey and process that I'm on because it's coming up, as I mentioned, on 16 months, and even to just be electively sober from one thing that you're choosing to, and out of all things, one of the hardest, maybe for some, I feel like that's the best I can do is put my best foot forward and only really try to focus on the controllables, which is my own actions. And yeah, I'm just really grateful. So feeling great about getting into the wonderful potential Wednesday or potential wonderful Wednesday, but fire. So yeah. So with the Reebok situation, uh, I was wearing a bunch of sneakers over the course of the week. Some more than others, and the others I just pulled out thinking that I was gonna wear them. So I'm looking at one right now, which is the Reebok classic Insta Pump Fury Road, and super dope shoe. Personally, super comfortable because it omits the true gap in the outsole as typical that with the originals. And yeah, just the overall looks like a kind of space shoe, especially the colorway. Gotta look kind of semi collegiate slash old school. Yes, yes, I'm back. Sorry about that. Got a call from the homies, so hopefully they tune back in. As I mentioned, showcasing Reebok at this point, and we got the Reebok Fury Road and a super dope funk colorway. Got the laces even, the whole instant pump joint going on. Super dope. But I didn't wear these. I pulled them up under the presumption I might have, but I did wear these. These I wore to the Brodie. So I wore the black ones, the black ventilators. Actually, I put them away, but I wore these on the court. And if you guys check the video from the live that I was there at, trying to both use my camera, my DSLR, mind you, and record live through my phone. At least I look good doing it, but felt good doing it too. And I also did a short or a reel on these. So if you guys are ever interested in some fun shit like that, check out my sneaker reels on either YouTube and or on Instagram because that's where I do a lot of photography as well. I wore those inside the gym and then outside the gym. You know, they probably still like salted, but the all black ventilators. And these are ones I could definitely like custom. Hexalite, yeah, you dirty at the bottom, but still very militant looking. And I have a bunch of ventilators, thankfully. I don't know if they don't make them anymore, but it's not black. And what else did I wear? I wore the ventilator affiliate, which is a collaboration with Headquarter, Japanese brand, but I got some sneakers and stuff. And yeah, those were basically. I originally got them when I getting into the whole national joint and all that aesthetic to buy. Yeah, it's kind of looks space for you. I'm timeless. And yeah, also the ventilators, man. Got the headboarder at the back. The ventilator logo. And also at the yeah, super dope. Comfy. It was very comfortable. Where so I have been wearing a pair of ventilators and a pair of plastic nylon. Yeah, I have these. You can see because they've been eaten with salt and everything, and I one meal with them, they're like warped. But I love them because they have the red laces. So with one mismatched red lace, I feel like some friggin' pimp shit. Not just me. So, yeah, those. Also today, what I wore with this fit, and these are one of my oldest pair in my collection. The actual classic leather, really dope navy leather, a little tan hide, and inside it's got the lamb sheep fur or sheep wool type like inner lining. So well, I feel like those are the times of it being winter and of course, uh, it being cold. So yeah, and it's got like a bunch of gold aglets and other nice accent and accoutrement to the shoe. So yeah, not bad at all. Not bad. And, I wore it with this, with my little Legend of Zelda shirt, and yeah, I feel like it went pretty good. Nobody complained. Nobody said, "Hey, you, what are you wearing?" So, all right, that's pretty much the whole Reebok situation up to this point. Of course, every single day, I'm very fortunate and blessed and privileged enough. I want to say to live in a world where I have what you see behind me, and I've earned it. And yeah, it's come from not just hard work, but a lot of connections and network and knowing people. So shout out to all the sneakerheads who have grew up never having a one pair of shoes to their name and was either made fun of their shoes. Trust me, growing up, I was made fun of my motherfucking shoes. Like, what are those type of shoes? And even now, there's occasionally people who even just try to discredit Reebok for Reebok, and I happen to be that guy. And it really, it just never, for me, it's a water off a duck's back. But yeah, as some people are not blessed to have shoes. What's going on, Kelsey Webster? What's going on? What's going on? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. That's the first hello of the evening. Appreciate you. Hello to you. Hello to you. So yeah, I just love my Reeboks and love everything about it. But that's pretty much it. And as I mentioned, like over the course of the night, if there's ever a time where you guys just happen to say like pick a box, like show me if I've seen something or I can't see it, like just ask because I have a lot of classic leathers, Reebok classic leathers, Reebok classic nylons, Reebok Instapumps, Reebok ventilators, Reebok GL 6000s, GL Reebok Club C's, Reebok Collabs, Aztrek, Electro 97s, Pierre Moss collabs. I have A-Life collabs, Port Victories, Port Omni Pump or Omni Zones or whatever you want to call them. I have ERS Reeboks. Yes, yes, I'm doing great, Kelsey. How are you? How are you? My evening is going amazing. It's a terrific, terrific Tuesday. Feeling, staying blessed and staying amazing. So I hope you're doing the same as well. What else we got here? Got the LX series stuff. I got like I got over 100 pairs of Reebok, so it's whatever you got. And then like at the bottom one shelf tier, because these are like 5 tiers high. The one bottom tier, I have a couple of my pairs of my Nike LeBron basketball shoes, and then I have a couple of pairs of Timberlands that I used to have from high school, if you could believe. Um, so before 2010, which that's over 26 years, or sorry, 16 years. Um, so what else? I used to have a bunch of Vans. I gave a bunch of those pairs away. So like my nephews. I used to have um, a lot of boxes. Yes, yes, a lot of sneaker boxes. I used to have a bunch of Converse Aero Jams. I was like super big into like Taylor Gang, so like Converse anything and like those. I got them at a steal like back at in Brampton at Trinity Common, and it was like I think like today, not Today Sports, uh, the shoe company or something like that among those lines of stores. But yeah, you go in and just see like it was an all white pair and like all like off white kind of and the black pair. And I should have probably grabbed both, but I only grabbed the white. And yeah, I gave those to my eldest nephew. Like, so shout out my eldest nephew and shout out his mom actually, because I was on the phone with her the other day, and I'm so grateful that she is on vacation where she is, and I hope that she is safe. She's doing her thing. She's earning it just as much as I know all my other sisters are earning it and earning their ways. So, shout out to all the sisters. Shout out to all my sisters and to all your sisters and all your brothers. And one love to everyone, man. Got to be one love. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the next topic of discussion. So the Brodie League.
if anyone knows or has heard of the Brodie League, this is a league that I believe started in Burlington, from what I'm aware. I could be wrong. Again, don't quote me on any of this, but yeah, it's a league summarily that has started within in the GTA, and it's become very popularized. I know a bunch of my friends who I've either gone to school with or even acquaintances who I've either played for, know people that played for, their kids or their cousins. There's somebody that's playing in the Rotary League. So if you are interested in basketball and or whatever type of tier competitiveness, because there's multiple tiers, definitely I would recommend to check out the Brody League because this is how, through God's grace, I was able to get the opportunity to go and take some pictures at one of the games and just the overall environment. Like, I grew up playing basketball out of all of the sports that I probably was never meant to because I was never athletic. I had a lot of energy, but my parents just didn't have the means to put me into sports. So, like, it became not just a want to fit in type of thing when I got into the sixth grade. Shout out George Vanier, or a shout out Vanier alumni, because in the sixth grade in like 2002, 2003, for me, everybody and their mother was playing basketball and everyone had an Allen Iverson jersey or a LeBron or a Carmelo jersey. And I kind of fell into the influence from that. And yeah, sure enough, I think I went from being one of the shortest kids on the block and or one that couldn't fend for themselves and or hold their own when it came to even basketball. But I feel like I summarily became quite a player. Again, I'm not no D1 player or anything. I haven't not a professional athlete like that, but that's why I probably was always meant to be doing creative things. And then I'm just very blessed that again my physique through God's grace and my genetics, I'm have a very fast metabolism and yeah, I am willing to try things. Peace, 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 Kelsey. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Have a good night. I appreciate anyone who's just now tuning in and or who's got a piece out, We are just all kind of going over some of the highlights. We talked earlier about the Terrific Tuesdays, and we talked about recently our Reebok Classic Kicks of the Week and a couple of different sneakers that we were just wearing. So shout out those. And now we're just getting into the Brody League Toronto. So yeah, my dear growing friend, his name is Tristan Dunn. He is a aspiring actor and athlete. Like he's an athlete in Toronto. I'm not sure how much he's played, but I know he's like a higher tier than I am, and it's just crazy. For me, I don't run into many Tristans that both are Caribbean, a guy tall like me, if not taller, and funny. The funny guy and got a great head on his shoulders. Seems like he's like really trying to get into things, not just for himself, but to kind of push and motivate the people around him and his family. And he seems like he's like, yeah, got what it takes for not just the comedy side of things, but like I feel uh the acting side, and even if it's the acting by theater or acting by improv or acting by stand up, like this motherfucker's got it. If I think I have it, this motherfucker got it twice. So shout out to Tristan Dunn and shout out to Splash because he was able to get reached out to. If you guys don't know SplashTO, he's a content creator within the GTA and seemingly all over the world. But yeah, check out his basketball highlights and his overall sports and community highlights. He's like not just a content creator, but someone who, before I even had enough confidence to come outside my own personal community with my equipment, this guy was the one to kind of really persevere, push me enough so that I could pursue it, I should say. And again, shout out him, shout out everyone in the Brody League. I appreciate you guys tremendously for being able to let me and anyone else that's like as an aspiring content creator or artist to come and storytell because that's what it's all about, and that's how you get things to have like a global scale and reach. And basketball is something that's ever been growing in Toronto from since even before we had won the championship in 2019. I was there taking pictures at the entire parade. I was able to see all the athletes and all the champions at that time who have all summarily been gone on their way either through dismissal and or their own means. But like it's a completely different team that we have now presently for the Raptors even. So yeah, I will go through even a couple of the photos that I found not found myself taking, so you guys can kind of see a little bit of perspective on my storytelling. And of course, these pictures are gonna like have to be edited and like gone through. But I'll start from actually the back because I was very fortunate enough to capture two dunks, and yeah, this was pretty much me kind of in action while trying to capture the action. And that's another thing with my storytelling is like I personally love finding things that are in motion because it forces me to have to think on the fly and react on the fly. And if you can get good at that, then things that are sitting still should naturally come in order. And if you do it the other way around, it's I find a lot more difficult because you're already trying to compensate for too many things at more than once, or trying to compensate for too many things all at once, I should say. So let me switch out the water bottle. I gotta switch it. All right, so let's check it out. I'm going to put this in that screen. And if you guys like any of these photographs, please make sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube page, double tap your screen, and or check me out on Instagram or other social medias because that's where I do a lot of my photography work or photojournalism. All right. So I'll grab you guys. Let this adjust. Let me know what you guys think. We're going backwards though. Yeah, it almost looked like this guy was dunking on this guy. But he was actually out of the way. Yeah, kind of trailing the play. It was super fun to be able to go. It's actually at the Toronto Metropolitan University, and I had taken pictures actually for the EBYL league, which is like a youth league, and that one was super fun. I know either a lot of athletes, like student athletes, or I know them through their parents primarily, right? Because yeah, sports really is just a real Toronto thing. I'm glad that I was able to get into sports, and even though I grew up in Brampton before I moved predominantly now for my lifetime in Toronto, but yeah, even Brampton has come a really long way. Vaughan, freaking pretty much everywhere in Canada has just come along in sports, and sports teaches you a lot of things like not just fundamentals and teamwork and camaraderie and all the other good like fun stuff that they tell you. This was a nice sequence of of this guy too. It's a pretty good banger shot. And like if I get the zoom up on that sucker, like he's looking pretty action. Pretty action. Put the Hardens on. I know sneakers too, so this guy was also like coming in like Dolph Lundgren, yo. He was guys killing it. There he is. Fucking splash. Guy was killing it with the meta Ray Bans, yo. My commentary in the moment was hilarious for my own self. And you don't even have to tell me because I know my commentary was hilarious for myself. Yeah, but super funny guy, super relatable, likable guy. Like you ever see him when he either has his camera or his full set of tools or he's just recording, man, he's the guy who, like, makes highlights for people, and you don't even gotta ask the guy because that's his like personal interest, man. So gotta love content creators. Gotta love them. Yeah, a lot of drives. They won like 40. They won I think like 40 or 42 points over these guys. I think it was like 67 to 27. Yeah, it was quite the there he is, the man. The I don't even want to disrespect this guy by saying the other Tris because I feel like when I'm standing beside him, I'm the other Tris because I'm just smaller. But yeah, man, like I told him, like it's literally with this guy and me, it could be like some fucking Pacino De Niro shit, man, and/or De Niro Pesci shit, whatever floats your boat, man. Super super funny jokes guy, man, and got a good heart. All these people, there's a lot of great people and athletes, man, that are just big time. So yeah, I really enjoyed coming out, just and meeting his team, taking a lot of pictures, watching the game, of course, and kind of doing my quasi play by play and commentary, and it was good shit. Really good shit. So let me know if you guys like any of the pictures that I've taken, because yeah, man, I'm hoping to be upgrading soon my camera and/or camera equipment. So stay tuned to that. But I think if you guys have checked out any of the videos from before, it might have had to been a timed thing, but I can just only upgrade and say, oh no, so I'll only spoiler by saying it's gonna still be Canon, but it's gonna be mirrorless. That's all I'll say. Possibly also flagship, which is spoiler enough. Yeah, man, like I love just like floating on the baseline and like that's where I feel like you get the most dynamic action. This guy's jump shot was friggin' pure, like splashing that shit. Yeah, this guy was using his friggin' 2K badges. Bulldozer, the bulldozer 2K badge. I just strong armed this motherfucker, yo. That was hilarious shit. But it was a good game. Like it was competitive. I could definitely say that much. And as much as like I'm an athlete too, but I clearly am a content creator. And before anything else, I gotta get back in the gym, man, because like I have not actually done any of those lives that you guys used to see when I was first trying to get to 100 subscribers, like back in the early days. Because, yeah, needless to say, I didn't have a motherfucking job. So now I got two and I got a lot of stuff to do, but it doesn't mean that over the course of this year and in my free time, I can't get back in the gym and/or make a gym myself and just practice, get more physically active. I've been talking with my homeboy. Shout out Buju Brunson, and shout out Jer, and shout out the whole ETP, and shout out the One Wheel Gang, and shout out the whole PEV gang, and the whole EUC gang. Like shout out everybody. But yeah, shout out my boy Buju because he's been like getting super fit and been taking his health super seriously, both for his own personal self and his future goals. So he's been always motivating me to take my own self more seriously in this regard. And yeah, let's just say he thinks that I could become a black version of Kratos. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just keep on motivating myself, especially as I get older. I'm gonna be 35 this year. So yeah, man, I want to at least live to be another 35. So pray to God, man, and just work at it every single day. Yeah, look at this splash shot. Like this sequence is butter. Like if I get the zoom on that again, like I've gone through and at least taken away the things that I don't personally want to see. Yeah, I feel like pretty solid. Got the shoes, yeah, pretty good. But always room for improvement. That's what it is. Always room for improvement, especially with photography, man. That's the name of the game. Like, I look at some of the photographers that have continued doing their thing, and or the new ones, man. Like everybody that has any type of storytelling cues. Man, it works. I was dropping some Kobe's, and of course, I gotta put these into the engine and the back computer and run these so I can process them and finish them up. So look forward to seeing these on social media very soon. Gotta make my way to Scarborough Civic Center so I can hit up the library and yeah, use some editing softwares. And I prefer Lightroom Classic, and or that's pretty much it. It's Lightroom Classic, and if it can be the most up to date, that works. This is pretty much it. So yeah, we had a couple of nice starting sequences. This was like a catch, like a lob catch, and that guy was coming in for the block nice, but head fake. And or this guy went straight up too. Both went straight up. It was a great play, great hustle. Yeah, everyone was rim running on this team, and the shots that they were taking, they were making. Like I highly recommend again anyone check out the Brodie League. There they are. Good team, man. Good team effort. Good team win. And that's pretty much the Brodie League and pick and ball. So yes, let us know. Shift gears once again. Let's get back into reasons why, at least for me, I gotta respect these. It is the new month through God's grace. Excuse me, through God's grace, and almost another month over. Like it just keeps on feeling refreshing to say. Like I don't know if anyone else has been on this journey, man, but if you haven't tried it, try it. And if you can make it past even whatever you think your longest time has been, or has, go for that first, and then continue to strive for it to be better. And you're only at that point competing with yourself, and I feel like I enjoy healthy so make it healthy, make it positive, make it fun. And I feel able to treat myself to like things like I want to do obviously cook it, consume sugar, and I know how to access dopamine and serotonin in my body. So like the feel good things, sorry, on a chemical level. And overall, yeah, a lot for it, right? Overall for eating. That's what I was talking about with some of my closest friends. It's like growing up in public education or public, just regular, depending on your socioeconomic and your family socioeconomic, the type of educational system that you're put into or infrastructure you're put into can have a tremendous effect on your early childhood development. So I question why, or I question to my close friends why I feel both so creative at this point of my life and have since like my early adulthood into my adulthood. And also I want to learn. Like I want to go to school and like learn things during my part time or my half time. And I also want to do like this activity. So I really don't feel like me when I was a senior in high school. Needless to say, I've gotten to a place now where yeah, the early childhood development is not only crucial, but like I think it sets the tone for who a person or who a child could grow into, what type of person they can grow into. Doesn't mean that this is always going to be the case, but yeah, I always think now if I was to grow up in like a very creative, artsy type of schooling environment, would that have had any, would that have had a lessening effect on the behavioral issues that were stemming from the experiences that I was facing at home? And then inevitably in the schooling environment that I was put in. So these are all very profound questions that I find myself both asking myself and then through conversational question and answer or input and advice that really go to both friends. And again, shout out Buju and shout out freaking Jared the freaking man, because you guys are. I put them through the ringer just even pondering these things in the spirit wild and or otherwise, and they've always had my back, man. Even when I had to, they had to tell me to my front or my face that it just doesn't jive. So, or you're being a jive turkey or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, you can kind of appreciate your closest allies and your friends and your homies, and really just again hold them down as much as you can yourself, but also hold them down like you would hold yourself down. I think that's the biggest thing. If you guys hold me down, like I see them sacrificing on their own accord to hold me down. So I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta return the favor at the very least, and I gotta, at the very most, try every single day and take accountability. And like, yeah, sometimes it is not easy, but family is not fucking easy, man. That's one thing you know. Family is not fucking easy, but we're born into the family that we were born into, but we also, by the time we leave this earth, we are very blessed and fortunate enough to go through experience of life, hopefully, um, to be able to create one, right? And that's the ultimate goal, man. Hopefully for most people, right? I know it is for me. So outside of that, yeah, I can really just trying to think of more culinary endeavors and more type of content that I find interesting to put out. So I think now that I'm talking about it, I'll segue into that, and then I think I'll close off for the evening because it's about 11:19, so about an hour almost. I guess yeah, the last 10 minutes. So we have a real big audience and interest with people with my food and my culinary expertise, or my ability to add humor, conversation, whatever you want to call it, with food. So we're gonna probably be shifting a lot of towards that, and then the comedy's gonna like increase tremendously, of course, as much as one is. And y'all can be the toughest critics, man, because I can take it as long as y'all can give it. Um, and then also because the season is of course upon us, I'm gonna just push. Anytime I'm on dry land, it's gonna probably have something to do with the one wheel. So I'm just gonna let you guys know from now. If anyone has a problem with one wheels or PEVs or they don't drive with them, please like continue to watch and or share it with somebody because I want to bring both the sobriety aspect for me, only speaking for myself, but also the safety aspect. Like I'm learning from some of the best guys in Canada and the world, in my opinion, and my opinion. But I want it to be as safe as possible, just as much as I know I'm going to be out there on the water doing paddleboarding. So if you guys are interested in any of that type of stuff, please definitely comment, like, and subscribe. Check out some of the other videos and let me know what you guys are thinking because I need to know not just through analytics what you guys are watching, but what you guys would like to see. And I think that would be very, very healthy conversational community that we can create. And yeah, that's pretty much why I'm putting a lot of effort into not just this, but upgrading, like as I mentioned, the audio, the production value. I literally, as I'm talking with my colleague, had gotten a bunch of ideas from him, and some of those ideas up to this point, when I cross referenced with my cousin, who's a soca DJ, shout out DJ Bass. If you guys want to check him out, it's DJ and then space and then BASS, and check him out on Cool Island Breeze, yo. But yeah, he knows everything about like the AV and the audio and technical side of stuff. And it's just like that's his kind of sneaker profession. So yeah, he's gonna give me a couple of both ideas and possibly just a straight up list of things that he feels it would help add production value both on the audio side of things, but also so how it is formatted to you guys. And I think I'm gonna try to learn from the best and also people that I look up to. And don't ever feel shy to look up to anybody. Or if you only look up to uh, God and your mother, that's I can appreciate that too. But find people that you look up to on an intellectual level. Because if you have those people, maybe they'll push you to open a book or open a thesaurus. I'm not naming names, but we all got to do it, myself included. I think that's why that's probably one of my biggest hobbies is to do that, or do those two things, and then play Scrabble at the same time. So yeah, if you guys can dig that shit, that's what's up. And then yeah, so summer, going into the spring and the summer, we're going to be closing out on like 200 subscribers, and then we're going to be like making a solid push to 500. So I'm going to be going live. I already have the days requested off for this February 21st. Keep on bringing it up every single live. I'm going to go live there. February 21st, we're going to get the one. I got to pull the board up just for this, because that was also another thing I noticed. Just people seeing this thing literally had everybody involved. This thing, that still, yeah, and yeah, February 21st, it's a Saturday. We'll be there early and late. Check the shit out in the craft and ride bag, bro. Like, shout out the whole ETP, but shout out Bujo again. This guy, he got me into the game, yo. Guy trying to pull me out. Motherfuckers can't. So, this is what's up. I'll pull the board out just so you guys can get a brief little look while we talk about it. But February 21st, mark your calendars. Call your girls, call your bosses, call your Risha Lattimores if you still got them. Shout her out too. And yeah, trust, trust to the month. I might even actually not just shoot and film and content create, but for shits and giggles, I most likely will step on multiple boards over the course of the morning, evening, afternoon, night, all that jazz. So yeah, you like one wheel, you like PEV, you like anything that is to do with the float life, the paddleboard life, the sup life, the anything like that that's about that gang, come to the mini PEV game. It is going to be somewhere in the East End, Toronto, but yo, check them out. Check out my Instagram. Check out the Electric Trash Pandas on Instagram. Check out E Rider A on Instagram, or Speedy Kit Kat on Instagram. A bunch of these guys, like, what, you'll find a link somewhere, or on my description in my page. Like, it's all everywhere. Everything links somewhere somehow, and you'll find out, because it's February 21st, and you can rewind this shit too. Like, I just told you, don't press pause, because if you press pause, I'm whooping your ass. Dig it. So yeah, we're gonna just have a great old time. Like, I'm gonna be able to hopefully live stream, depending on who's there or who's available, depending on their own personal schedules. I'm gonna make sure that at least they'll be in the live through the comments and or the special guest feature, right? You never know. So it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be something that I've been looking forward to since the last one, because the last one I both went as a lead photographer, but that was before I even really fully invested into the whole content creation. But more importantly, the riding. Like, I became a rider over the course of last year to now, and some people, because like I can only speak for what I can do technically. I don't call myself the best rider, but some people say that, yo, I've got the chops to be able to turn into some sort of a freaking rider. Yo, I'm like, what the fuck, yo? That's kind, yo. That's what's up, yo. Appreciate that, man. So yeah, it just kind of, again, makes your black man blush, and especially because I don't see, at least in Toronto, except for shout out the Jamaican man Andrew, yo. But yeah, ETP all day, and Jamaican Mr. Andrew, who is again like an older gentleman who is literally riding as if he's in his 20s, and again, so motivating someone like me to want to do it, not just for the cause of doing it, or like that I like enjoy the feeling, but you don't see that many people of your own like walk of breed, or like creed, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just really inspiring, and it's really humbling. So if you're curious and or have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself or any of the other people, or just literally go on onewheel.com and like check these things out for yourself, man. I got a bunch of different models. I got the Pint all the way up to like the GT XLs and beyond. Like, and it literally is quite like a rabbit hole when you start getting into it. And I like technical things and I like learning. So and it gets me around. So I don't have car either yet, and I'm very grateful actually because sobriety is a motherfucking not just a bitch, but you learn a lot about yourself. And I do not trust myself enough yet to make the full investment into a vehicle without first doing the work on myself. So stay tuned to when I do drop a vehicle because that's going to be big time for not just me, but being able to bring the content to you quicker. And of course, until that time, it's going to be a really healthy, enjoyable cruise and view on a one wheel. So yeah, this is the this is the one wheel XL original or the OG, the cream of the cream, the crop of the crop, the as I said, the thing that killed John Wayne. This is the species, the Hindu Kush, the Master Kush, the Master Jedi, the fucking Darth Darth Sidious on a motherfucker. This is the Buzz Lightyear, the all that good jazz, man. I'm so grateful, so grateful to have this board. So grateful to have Reebok in my life and for access to all the sneaker jazz. And yeah, man, that's pretty much to me, that's a wrap. We call it a wrap. All right. So as I mentioned, check us out, like and subscribe, do all that good jazz. And I'll see you guys at the next episode. All right, man. Stay safe, stay sober. I appreciate you guys. That's it, man. We out. Rotted, one like Rastafari. Big up yourself. Appreciate you guys. Make sure keep one rolled, get one rolled, light one up. Stay safe, stay sober. Only I revive. All right, guys. Peace, man. We out.